Hello everybody. Today is actually my first proper camp in my van, you can see in the background. A bit further away from home. So my first one was at the River Ribble, which was, well, 5 minutes away from me. But this is in the hills, and I'll show you the view overlooking Martin Mere and the whole of the West Lancashire plain over here is absolutely stunning. So this is the West Lancashire plain. So in this direction here, this was all Martin Mere Lake, just this whole stretch of land. It goes all the way to Hesketh Bank, goes to the Ribble Estuary, the River Douglas, and then it crosses over into Blackpool and that side. So all of that was the largest lake in England. Not many know that this was once the largest lake in the whole of the country. And like I talk about in my documentary, so much to do with the Arthurian legend, Excalibur, the Lady of the Lake. This is all in the prophecy of Albion. So here at Hunter's Quarry, it's a Hunter's Hill Quarry, or Hunter's Hill. You can see this view, and you can actually take in like what the land used to be like, how flat it is down there as well. And because over there is Winter Hill, and that is, again, we put so much of this information in the documentary. Winter Hill is so powerful when it comes to ley lines. It has about 20 ley lines emanating from it, and it has a lot to do with the focal point of the energy that surrounds this whole, the northwest Cheshire, Manchester, Lancashire. And like we talk about in the documentary, we've come across this information that the biggest celestial or terrestrial zodiac in the world emanates from Winter Hill. That is just mad. Like, I've always known how powerful this land is, but coming across that information, it's just mind-blowing how the zodiac is actually represented in the landforms, in the roads, in the field boundaries, in the ancient pathways. It's just incredible, and you can clearly see some of them. I can't make out them all, but on the map by Catherine Preston, if you look at her research, you can clearly see Cancer in there. I think you can see Scorpio, you can see some of the other ones, and it's just mind-blowing how well, like I say in the documentary, there's no beings from the outer world doing this. These were humans, advanced humans that had the time, had the consciousness, and had the awareness to replicate the star formations in the land, and they felt it was very important to do that. There's no reason to, every time we blame something in the outside, it's taking the power away from ourselves, saying, oh, small me, small humans, we can't do anything apart from 9 to 5. We need to change that narrative. We are the ones that have created so much of this earth, either for good or for bad. We are the creators, human beings, alongside the creator, the divine. And this is what we need to come back to, is our power when it comes to creation and when it comes to rebalancing the natural world. So this area now is surrounded by trees, birch trees especially. The first tree of the Celtic Oham is the birch, the first tree in spring. It symbolises spring, and I know it's nearly autumn now, so I don't really need to be talking about that in depth, but it's just surrounded by birch trees. And this Celtic tree Oham, they understood which trees have which energies attached to them. And this whole place, so this was once, there was no trees here at one point. Now it's just taken over by the natural world. But this used to be a quarry, and they quarried sandstone. I don't know too much, there's not too much I can find at the moment about the true history of this place, but it's very peaceful now, as quarries normally are. Quarries, I know there's one in the Lake District, it's one of the most peaceful places, and it really is quiet this morning. There's a few people around, and it was a good camp last night, apart from only early on in the night, there was a few people coming and disturbing with the music banging. So I thought, oh, well, shall I go or shall I stay? So I just stayed, and they went about 12 o'clock. So then I got some sleep. So that was okay for my first camp. It was brilliant. So brilliant here, so quiet. So you can see here, this is the actual main bit of the quarry where we're actually going downhill here. So there's these boulders scattered around everywhere. As you can see, like I mentioned, the birch trees. Quite a nice day today, cloudy, but it's warm and the sun is trying to come through. I'll add a few videos from last night as well. Last night, the view and the sunset from the top of the hill I showed you before, that was just stunning. Wow, look at this tonight. So peaceful up at Hunter's Quarry. Look at that for a sun, well, not really sunset, it's set quite a while ago, but the rays are still there. So that's the view of the whole of West Lancashire. What used to be Martin Mere Lake in that direction over there. Blackpool Tower in straight ahead, right down there, Lytham St Anne's, all the way down there. You got, I think we got the rest of the hills over there. Honestly, what a view. All the lights starting coming on now. It's getting a bit darker at night. I'm camping here tonight, so peaceful, so peaceful. See, this is a very important quote to remember. Wilderness is not a luxury, but a necessity of the human spirit. So what does that really mean? Because a lot of people think to get out in nature on the odd occasion is, you know, great and needed, which it is, but it's a necessity of the human soul and the human spirit. That means that we should be spending most of our time in the natural world. That is our natural way of being. But most of the people do more of a 95% in the illusionary society and like a 1 to 5% in the natural world. Most people, well, I don't know, but it seems in England especially that most people don't hardly spend any time at all in nature, and they are spending most of the time working and then at home and then sleeping at home, watching telly. This is not the way the human spirit and the human soul wants to be. It wants to be in places like this, in solitude as well, a lot of the time. It's great to spend time together as a community, like I always go on about, the importance of community, but the importance of solitude as well. And solitude is not loneliness. Solitude is getting to know yourself, breathing in the peace. Absolutely beautiful, wild crocosmia this is, next to the blackberries that we should be eating at this time of year. But yeah, going back to the whole area around Winter Hill, Martin Mere, if you really want to go in depth about what I'm talking about, with the power of this land, then please watch the Prophecy of Albion now on my YouTube. There's so many sections to do with this land, in particular in the northwest. So yeah, greatly appreciated if you watch the Prophecy of Albion and subscribe to my channel. But yeah, at the moment I'm just getting used to the van, gonna just practicing around here, and soon I'll be off doing a lot of videos, traveling around like I've always dreamt about. So the channel is going to be extremely active and a lot of incredible content coming up. So yeah, this is amazing time to be alive for myself, because I can see that my dreams are manifesting slowly, and well, not slowly actually, it's fast, but because the mind generates illusions and a lot of the time, you know, things go apparently wrong, you know, mechanical side, all of that, it kind of feels like it slows you down, but it's actually just testing you, and you just need to kind of go through these challenges and tests wherever you are in your own life, and just know that if you've got a vision in your heart, it will manifest. It will manifest. You've just got to trust, like I always say, and get out in nature because that is how you find your true self when it comes to solitude. You eliminate the distractions and you start to find what you want, because you can't have a life that you want without knowing what you want. It's asking the question, what do you really want from life? And then go from there, take the steps and allow life to guide the way. And because if you don't know what you want, you will not get a life that is free, that is truly free for your soul. So you have to ask the question every day, what do I truly want from life? And if you don't know, I always say, keep asking the question and it shall be revealed to you. So I'll see you on the next video, everybody. and a lot more to come in the Albion van. I'll be attaching my YouTube actually to the van. I'm going to put it on the windows so people know to follow the Age of Albion YouTube. So have a good day everybody.